this is crazy. I am in Cobb County, Georgia, in Austell. You see this shit? The fuck? And it's not like I'm on the side of the road. I'm literally like in, there's a Starbucks. WW3. Crazy fucking signs. I didn't have this on my bingo card.
As a father, during this time, your family is going to look to you for leadership. They're going to look to you for provision. They're going to look to you to be able to give them what they need during this time. Your kids, your wife, and a bunch of other people who's probably counting on you and your family. Men are going to have to make very tough decisions during this time. A lot of men are going to accept this mark because they're going to be doing it to sacrifice for their families. Great fathers are going to have an overwhelming responsibility during the end times. When your kids come to you crying saying, Dad, I'm sick, or Dad, I'm hungry, or Dad, we need this, or Dad, we need that, or your wife comes up to you and say, what are we going to do? Our baby's dying. What is going to happen as a father, as a man? You're going to feel the responsibility to try and do something about it. Some men will make the decision to sacrifice for their family to accept the mark during this time. A lot of men will. They're going to sacrifice their eternity for their family. There is a direct connection to a man and the ability to be able to provide for his family, for him to go to the ends of the earth for his family. The mark of the to offer everything he'll need for his family. Why won't he accept it if he can just accept it and provide for his family during that time? Ask yourself that question. No, it's not just women. It's not just mothers who will accept it because of these reasons. Men will also accept it for their own reasons.
Let's run down memory lane together. 10 years ago, people were losing their minds when they found out that their mobile device GPS location data could be accessed and that a lot of their information was being stored on servers. And here we are just 10 short years later down the road, and you're wearing a smartwatch that's checking your biometric data. It's checking on your heart. It's checking on your sugar levels. It's storing all that information. You've got an iris scanner that's scanning your iris to open your phone and your mobile device. You've got palm scanners, facial recognition cameras in retail stores. And you know what? Everybody's A-okay with that. They're A-okay with the fact that there are AI systems right now building a profile of your personality based on your internet activity and selling that to companies. And you're totally fine with it. So let me ask you this. When they come out with a chip that's going to end identity theft forever because it's going to be implanted in you, and it's going to end things like human trafficking and kidnapping, and it's going to make sure that nobody ever gets lost, and it's going to show your biomarkers right before you have a heart attack, and it's going to alert the hospital so that they can come and save you before anything even happens. People are going to line up in droves to receive it. They're not going to just take it. They're going to ask for it. They're going to beg for it. They're going to say, do this now. Make our world a safer place. End criminal activity. End identity theft. End human trafficking. End kidnapping. End all these things with this technology. It's exactly what's going to happen. And you know what? It won't be very long.
Generation since the inception of man. Worse than the flood, worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that we can instantly communicate with everybody around the world. And we are propagating sin in a way we never used to. If you wanted to have a sexual sin, you had to go do it with somebody. But now we can just open a phone and do things on the phone. And Los Angeles is #1 exporter of pornography to the whole world. We should be not only ashamed of that statistic as Americans, but fearful for the kind of things that they're opening up to the country with that kind of filth with the demonic world. And then you look at the rest of Hollywood. I just saw Nicole Kidman has a new movie coming out who alleges to be Catholic. They almost gave it an X rating in our day and age. Imagine that. So they had to cut stuff to get it down to R. But she has a preoccupation. It's having an affair, but also preoccupation with animals. So we're going to a whole new level. And this is a mainstream film.
I don't know if I'm going to get through this video, but I am so done. I'm done. I have been very, very aware of the fact that this world is run by sick, fucking, evil, cannibalistic pedophiles for as long as I can remember. And I'm turning 50 years old. And I don't know how much longer I can hold on. I can't do life. I can't be around people because they talk about fucking nothing. And when I say what I have to say, it's just in one ear and out the other. I'm never heard. Never fucking heard. And I have dedicated my life to the healing of humanity, and it's just not working out. Yes, I have helped a lot of people, and I'm very grateful for that, but I do not see this ending. The ritualistic abuse of children and people, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to end, and I don't know how much longer I can hold this light. I try so hard to be positive every day and to be fake every day and to fit in every day. I can't. I'm losing my grip. I don't know how much longer I can do it.
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land to tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one bless another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Therefore also now, saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your heart, and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. Who knoweth if he will return and repent, and leave a blessing behind him, even a meat offering and a drink offering unto the Lord your God? Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children, and those that suck the breasts. Let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber, and the bride out of her closet. Let the priests, the ministers of the Lord, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, Spare thy people, O Lord, and give not thine heritage to reproach, that the heathen should rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, Where is their God? Then will the Lord be jealous for his land, and pity his people. Yea, the Lord will answer and say unto his people, Behold, I will send you corn, and wine, and oil, and ye shall be satisfied therewith. And I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen, but I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savour shall come up, because he hath done great things. Fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice, for the Lord will do great things. Be not afraid, ye beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness do spring, for the tree beareth her fruit, the fig tree and the vine do yield their strength. Be glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your God, for he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain, and the latter rain in the first month. And the floors shall be full of wheat, and the vats shall overflow with wine and oil. And I will restore to you the years that the locust hath eaten, the cankerworm, and the caterpillar, and the palmer worm, my great army which I sent among you. And ye shall eat in plenty, and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God that hath dealt wondrously with you. And my people shall never be ashamed. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.